Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Naomi from Pigeon Nut, and today we have the final steps in turning our bus home into an off-grid home. For those who don't know, my husband, dog and I are moving to Tasmania on our 100 acres of land that we own, and we will be moving in a bus. The bus is going down early February, so we are starting to run out of time, but we got it all done. I also want to do a little tour of what's under our bus, because that is where all sort of the magic happens. Water tanks, electricity, all that sort of thing, storage. So stay tuned for that. So in this video we set up the electrical system. A while ago our friend who works on trucks installed our solar panels, and Luke has been working on creating a switchboard to hook up to the batteries and the solar panels and everything else. In today's video we put it all together. Luke's first job was to create this switchboard, and he was working on that in the evenings, on weekends, all in 2024, the last few months. First we needed to pop into Bunnings, and we did the drive-through where you can get to the lumber yard, and we picked up the board. Australians are well known for turning any business into a drive-through business if they can get away with it.
And everyone back in time after Sam Conscious.
In early January we did the hour-and-a-half drive down to where the bus is being kept to try and install the switchboard. We actually didn't manage it that day, potentially because my muscles were not strong enough to help Luke because he managed just fine the next day. But we did notice that there were issues with the side we wanted to put it on. We wanted to put it on the side with the tanks, which you'll see later, but turns out the runoff for the water tank was going to be in the way, for batteries weren't going to be able to fit. So we made the decision to move it to the other side of the bus. So this is where I got the footage for the under the bus tour. We've got 3 water tanks, fresh water tank, which is 500 litres, and that is the clean water that goes to all of our taps and toilet. Then we've got the 2 water tanks which look the same. The one on the left is the black water tank. That comes out of the toilet, and then the other one is a grey water tank, so that can be used on our gardens. Next to that was where we're going to put the electrical panel, but that's not going to fit, so we'll probably use it as storage. On the other side is where we just were, on the other side of the bus. This is where the switchboard is going to go with the batteries. You can see Toffee being adorable in the background there, and this is where the storage is. And finally, behind the fresh water tank is where our washing machine is going to go. So the air conditioning units have been taken out. It's not looking great at the moment, but Luke will finish it off and clean it up when we're living there, because at the moment we don't have time and it's not a big deal. We just needed to get this bus off grid before we moved. We've got a bit of footage to show that our bus could definitely do with a bit of a clean. The rest of the video, Luke was working on it on his own while I was packing the house. So at first he needed to cut the battery tray so the batteries don't sit directly on the bus, and then he needed to install the board and the batteries. So this was a test fit and it was perfect. He was also checking the depth before making the brackets for the batteries. So here Luke's trying to run the solar cables with existing cables, but the wiring was routed through some stud work, and so he couldn't do it there. Instead, decided to go behind the fridge on the other side of the bus. Here the 12 volts being connected into the bus. And here's a photo that shows the 24 volts being connected into the bus, and here's what it looks like once it's been tidied up. Here is disassembling behind the fridge to find where to pull through the cables through the floor. He removed the cover panel to get to the existing wiring. This was made a bit difficult because it was Sitka flexed down and not screwed or bolted.
We're gonna go through the floor behind the fridge, run the cable up with the 12 volt, then we'll come up through here, out into the roof.
Here he's drilling through the floor to feed the cables through. Here he's drilling through the ceiling, a layer of fiberglass installation and the fiberglass roof skin. And this is the installed roof plate. So he wasn't able to get footage of everything, but this is once it's been installed. So now the brackets on the batteries and system is almost ready to test. On that weekend, we drove down together to connect the batteries and test the system. We brought a fire extinguisher and I was sitting at the ready in case anything sparks or caught fire. Just drop my phone if I need to.
So that should not spark because it's disconnected on the isolator.
Okay, cool. And it's not that I don't trust you, I'm just scared of electricity.
Right.
Go on, I'm ready.
Okay, so flick this switch, we should see these two lights turn on.
Yep.
And these lights turn on.
Okay.
If we do that, we don't hear any bad noises, then we can go inside and try to turn the lights on inside.
Okay.
And we'll see if that works. So first step, 12 volt. Ready?
Yep. Yay!
Okay. No bad noises. No smoke.
Lights are switched on.
Yep. That's a good start. Alright.
Alright, let's go check out the lights.
Yeah, can't see any smoke anywhere.
Alright.
Okay, so light is on. Oh, we've got the isolator as well. Twist it to turn on, and then again, go check for smoke.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, we should have 12 volt now.
Okay, should we go check the
Yep,
board?
it's on.
Still on, no smoke. Alright.
Okay,
Go. Ah!
good.
Success! And I was filming.
Drawing 36 watts of power. We've got a few switches here. There's the circuit breaker for the solar, and then there's a breaker for the input into the unit here.
Yep.
So I think I'll start with the circuit breaker because that gets power. I've currently got power flowing from the roof to here.
Yep.
Then we flick this switch and it flows from here to here. And then we flick this switch and it flows from here to here.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to flick this one now.
Yep.
Good.
No
so
smoke.
Hasn't tripped. Now we'll flick this one around and hopefully this will start saying, hey, you've got solar input.
Yep.
300 volts, 1000 watts of solar, 1100 watts, yep, 1200 watts, 1400 watts. So there's the trees.
It's going up, yeah, up and down.
So it's telling us on here as well. This cycles through telling us what's going on, but you've also got the app.
Yeah.
So external array we don't have connected, so it's doing nothing.
Yep.
AC output 1 is the only one we're going to be using. 2 is only useful when you're connected to mains power. AC input, we haven't tested that. Yep, no AC input voltage, correct. So that's our generator input.
Okay.
Battery, we are putting power in. Let's go overview here. There we go, we're charging our battery.
Perfect.
We're putting 20 amps into our battery at the moment.
Great. I assume that means a good thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So from our solar panels, we've got about 1500 watts going into this box. And then that currently is going into the building in 240 volts. So that's powering our TV, 35 watts.
Yep.
And because we've got excess, we're making 1000 watts using 35 watts. So the difference, 900 odd watts, is going into the batteries, charging them up.
Yay! Thank you so much for watching. Luke was the star of this video and I hope you enjoyed that. He is too shy. I wanted him to do the voiceover for his part, but he was too shy to do that. So you get to listen to my dulcet tones. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. It really helps me out. I upload some Sundays with all sorts of weird and wonderful things that I find interesting, especially ones preparing to move to Tasmania. And I hope to see you then. Bye.